Good evening, folks. Zach Buck here. You may know me from my gunsmithing, reading the outdoor articles I've written, or from our new store, Nestmuck Sporting Goods. Any way that you've met me or you know of me, um, wanted to take a little time to kind of tell at least a brief chunk of the story of how we are, how we got to where we are right now. And um, glossing over a huge amount of background, really. Um, for a long time, I've been working as a gunsmith, building guns and doing heirloom restorations, and that sort of happened as an accident. I intended to be doing that stuff, but just kind of as an aside to a sporting goods store. And just the way that things worked out as we were getting out of college and planning that, things transitioned from a sporting goods store with a gunsmithing counter in it to just a gunsmithing business. Well, here we are 12 years later, um, and we finally have our sporting goods store. We opened a few months ago. We had started the process a few years ago with all the planning, uh, putting together business models, and trying to find a location, come up with a name. Um, but through all of the trials and tribulations of setting that up, my wife worked. She's always wanted to be a stay at home mom. And she had a job because that was the way we made it from day to day. Uh, Finally, after we opened our doors and we had such a huge amount of support from our local community and people that I know online, some of which I've never even met in person. And all of that support, I can't even begin to show my gratitude for. It's been incredible. One of the things that it has allowed us to do, or gave us the courage to do, was to have Tracy quit her job. And it didn't happen quite as simply as that. Um, After, tens of hours of work a week in the shop and in the store and in the office, um, when we would go, Sunday afternoon to the homestead for dinner or whatever, on the way to sometimes and often on the way back, just to kind of keep both of us awake for the trip home, uh, Tracy would read whatever book she was reading, or she has a book by the bedstand and a book in her purse and a book in the car and everything. And parts of some of what she was reading um, involved people working from home, working for themselves, um, primarily almost as subsistence farmers, but there's also a component of money coming in from writing and things like that. But the majority of the work was describing the method or the circumstances under which they educated their children and how that sort of all worked. And I was homeschooled from second grade, and we've always homeschooled our children, and Tracy's always wanted to be home with them, um, to be able to supervise is the wrong word, to facilitate that a little bit easier. And basically that was that dream led me to propose to Tracy that now was the time, that we might not be quote unquote ready yet. I mean, she was more than ready to finally be home with the kids and to become kind of a full partner in the business, as far as being in the shop and helping with the website and all of that. But we didn't have, we still don't have the revenue stream. Everything at this point is still going back into building the store, expanding our inventory, expanding our offerings, exploring what the customers really want, and very organically developing our product line and our business. But we had a little bit of money saved up, and not really enough, but enough to take that leap of faith. So she gave notice to her company and agreed to stay on for some extra time to allow them to look for a replacement, and for her to train and automate and some of that to take care of her responsibilities there. And her last week of work ended right before 4th of July weekend. So that weekend kind of has extra meaning for us now. But we're still in that phase where just all of our eggs are in this basket now, and terrified and excited and so grateful for all of our community here locally and out there on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and wherever that we interact with you. And we really sincerely want to offer to all of you what it is you're looking for in a site that's filled with things for whatever your flavor of adventure is. Hunting, fishing, you know, what our sign says. Hunting, fishing, trapping, and trekking. And we're working on product lines to produce some things that aren't made locally, or just aren't made, or that there are some people that are making some, and there's just not enough to fill the need for them or the desire for that stuff. And I really see there's a resurgence in people wanting to get back to the earth, to feel their feet on the ground, you know, the earth's the coming up through, just that being in nature. And however you connect to nature, whether it is through hunting or fishing, um, just camping, sleeping in a hammock, or on a bedroll on the ground, um, we want to offer the best quality products that we can. Things that last, things that work, things that offer pride of ownership. You can feel the craftsmanship in. The people that make these things care. They make these things that they want to use, and we try to carry things in our store and on our website that we use, want to use, um, that work. And part of that is that us having the shop and you all as friends and customers is that it's really a relationship. And we need your feedback on what it is that you want to see when you come in our store or go on our website, as far as products, and when you're interacting with us someplace else on the web, what you want to learn from us. I've always kind of been a teacher. From the time I was a young kid, I enjoyed teaching my skills and sharing my knowledge as much as possible. And we want to be able to offer that too. So without getting too far ahead of myself, we are working on some things to educate video-wise, some product lines that will help facilitate a new skill. And of course, we always have books. And I'm always looking for more. And I'm still learning the business of retailing books, trying to find a place to get them for some of the selections. Many of them that I've read or that have been recommended are out of print and have been for some time. And there are copies available, especially of the super classics. We all know that Nessmuck's Woodcraft has never been out of print since it was first published. But many of the others have been, or are now. Seton and Krebs and Keppert. Many of Beard's things have remained in print, but there's always something more. And so these are all things that we want to make sure people have access to. And we just have so many ideas that we can't wait to bring to you and share with you. And we so look forward to hearing from you what you want to see first, what you desire that we haven't even thought of, because we just don't have the life experience that you have to guide us to seeing something that we're just missing. We just don't even know that we don't know. This is already quite long, and I apologize for that, and I thank you for sticking with me for this long. But I know that myself and Tracy and our kids thank you all from the bottoms of our hearts to be able to do this. And the best way that we can thank you is to make sure that we're giving you what you want. So please don't hesitate to reach out or to leave a comment, email, message, whatever, and let us know what you think about what you wish you saw, what we're doing right, what we could do better. And we will make every effort to make sure that we are doing the best that we can do, and that we are giving you all, our community, what you need. So thank you again. And before I ramble much more, good night.